Okie dokie, my beautiful readers. This is the video about the Amazon Prime first reads for the month of April 2019. Okay, so just like February, I believe it was, this month also has a child's book or children's book. So you have 5 books for young adults, and then you have a child's book, and it is about friendship and how you can have more than one friend, which is always a good lesson for kids to learn. Guys, I'm really excited for this month's because one was like, I need to read this. Okay, so the psychological suspense is called Cold Waters, and it is by Debbie Herbert. And if you're wondering why I'm looking down, I have my notes about the books. Okay, so Violet, an accused murderer of her missing best friend Ansley, is returning home to Normal, Alabama. After a decade in a psychiatric ward, Violet's return is to claim her inheritance and take care of her alcoholic father with her sister. Violet's still very haunted by the night her best friend went missing. So they went for like a midnight swim, and then Violet was found like ambling around, was really out of it, was like covered in dirt and a little bit of blood. And so she's like still dealing with like that whole thing. So her best friend went missing and she's accused of murdering her. And so while dealing with all the hallucinations and accusations from the townsfolk and the secrets of her family coming to light, Violet has to fight for her sanity so that the truth can finally be told. So this is very exciting. I just am like, okay, is it a story we've seen before? Yes, it is. Like, it's definitely a story we've seen before, but I don't know, something about just like how the description was written and just that like they've straight off the bat said like hallucinations are a thing. Like the mental illness part of it is interesting to me. And I like that it's also been a decade. I don't know, like a decade just makes it easier. Like if you were 13 when you went missing, now you're 23. Like, it's just like an easy thing for me. So, some professional reviews said that it was a Southern Gothic mystery that will leave you breathless. And Southern Gothic is just like a great aesthetic. A fantastic aesthetic. It has a haunting language, Gothic tone, and vivid portrayal of Southern small town. So somebody else said that there are deeply drawn characters, which is always good. Give me those round characters. Give me characters that evolve. Like, yes, please. Moving on. Before I just talk about how excited I am to read Cold Waters, because I already decided that that's the book I'm getting. Okay, so the next one is contemporary fiction, and it is titled The Overdone Life of Amy Byler by Kelly Harms. So Amy Byler is your typical single mom, overworked and underappreciated, which like, okay, yeah, is probably very true. When her husband, who abandoned her, offers to take the kids for the summer, she goes to New York City, which is a whole other thing that I just like. The man who walked out on you and your kids shows up and says, I'm sorry that I walked out on you for my girlfriend. But now I'm back and I'm really sorry and I'm guilt-ridden and I want to bond with the kids. And you're like, all right, I'm gonna go from rural PA to New York City. Like, and going from rural PA to New York City, like, it's just like a character confusion. But anyways, so Amy lets her hair down while learning of life with culture, sophistication, and of course, blind dates. One man steals her heart, though, and before she can choose to stay in this New York City adventure or return to her kids, the two worlds collide, and she may lose everything. No options, everything gone. Only reason everything would be gone is if she died. But, okay. So, reviews mixes self-assured highs with the guiltiest lows of motherhood. Alright. Unlikely, relatable, and lovable heroine. Which I feel is a description of a lot of heroines recently. Like, of course your heroine's unlikely. That's the fad. It's for moms everywhere. It's charming, relatable, and entertaining. And it's a good look at parenthood, divorce, dating, and all the in-betweens. It takes the mom makeover story to a whole new level. And if you can't tell from my voice, this book just is not my cup of tea. I don't think I've had the life experiences to appreciate this book. I don't think I understand how someone can be like, I'm going to raise my kids in rural Pennsylvania, and then go, I'm going to spend the summer in New York City. So I just am trying to fathom like what I know about single moms or families in general that live in rural Pennsylvania and going, I'm going to spend the summer in New York City. Like, my head does not wrap around that. And that premise, I don't think I'd be able to get over it. But moving on to the biography, it is called The Well-Read Women, the Love, Life, and Experiences of Ruth Rappaport. And this is written by Kate Stewart. Okay, so this biography is obviously about Ruth Rappaport, and she is described as an indomitable librarian, and it talks about her journey from Nazi Germany to Seattle to Vietnam. Which is like already like interesting to me because of all the book burnings that happened in Nazi Germany. Ruth lost both parents to the Holocaust. So it follows her from the Zionist movement to the Red Scare to bibliotherapy in Vietnam to all the way to the Library of Congress. Which, like, is cool. I will fully admit that is pretty cool. So apparently Ruth Rappaport is known for having a prickly personality, and this book does not erase that. And it's a lively and chatty exploration of Ruth's life. And while advanced nonfiction should feel conversational in a way, it shouldn't be chatty, because it should be like an elevated conversation. So like that description actually puts me off a little bit, because like chatty, I think of like elementary, and I think of catty girls just like gossiping. So that off-puts me from it. And while this sounds like a really interesting story, I'm just really nervous that this book will be lackluster. Like, it's described as chatty, and to do biographies, you have to have a certain knack with words. And you have to have that elevated sense of writing. That, like, it's so elevated that the common person can read it without getting confused. And it's a very fine line to walk. And it's a very difficult line to walk. And I'm just not sure about this one. Okay. Moving on. Science fiction. So this is called One Word Kill, and it is by Mark Lawrence. And the exciting thing about this is that he is endorsed by George R.R. Martin. One Word Kill is about a 15-year-old genius, Nick, and he has to leave his world of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, to save the new girl in the group, Mia, which is already like an interesting concept. The message that Mia is in grave danger comes from Nick's new stalker, who has abilities that shouldn't exist. So that, interesting. I don't know. If I had this male stalker following me around and all of a sudden he was like, hey, your friend Allie, maybe she should watch your throat, I'd be like, all right, dude, I'm going to remember your face. I'm going to go to the police and I'm going to tell them what your face looks like. And I'm going to think that you are going to kill her. So, Nick, are you a genius? I know you're supposed to be a mathematical genius, but are you, do you have common sense? So, Nick races against time and his own probably terminal illness, while facing off against a knife-wielding maniac and the laws of physics. What? So, reviews. It perfectly captures the fear, awkwardness, cynicism, and optimism of adolescence. I mean, cool, I guess, but there's a lot of books that do that. So this review actually intrigued me. It has a realistic D&D portrayal. And so one of the reviews also talks about him having cancer, and I'm just really confused because he might have cancer or he might not have cancer. He probably has a terminal illness, or his illness is probably terminal, and that's just a lot of maybes with this illness to me that I don't understand. The word probably with terminal illness, that's just confusing. If I'm gonna die, I want you to know that I'm gonna die. Come on, medicine. Okay, the last book for April is historical fiction, and it's called Where the Desert Meets the Sea, and it's by Warner Son. I'm really sorry. Okay, so it is a post-World War II Palestine setting. And Judith is a young Holocaust survivor and is seeking refuge with her uncle in Palestine because he is her only living relative. But when she gets there, it turns out that he is also dead. And Judith attempts suicide. She has no family. She doesn't know what she's going to do. I mean, she just lost most of her family to the Holocaust. Okay, and she's saved by a Muslim Arab nurse named Hannah. I don't know. It's Hana. So they form a really fragile bond, which makes sense. That area of the country has always been rife with political tension. So the local tension heats up. Judith joins the Zionist movement because she feels like she's seen enough death and she wants to try to fight that death. And Hannah, her nurse, her life is in danger because she falls in love with a Jewish man. The thing is, will their friendship survive the political upheaval? Alright, I can dig it. A little bit. So, this one did have some reviews when I looked at it yesterday. And, to be honest, guys, I just don't want to read a book about political upheaval. If I wanted to read about political upheaval, I would read the news. I don't want to read about political upheaval. I don't want to read about people losing their lives because violence is apparently the answer to difference in opinions. asked that, but the reviews that were there said that it's really well done, it's pretty historically accurate, and you know, that's important. I think if you're going to tackle the political upheaval of Palestine post-World War II, I mean, technically we're post-World War II right now too, but like post-World War II, like right after World War II, it's extremely important to make it politically accurate and historically accurate. Because if you're not, you shouldn't be writing it. And that is my not so humble opinion. Also, this Kiki has come to say hi. So I hope you guys enjoy your one free book a month from Amazon. And like, it's not like the only book you can get free. Like, Amazon has a lot of free books if you are a Prime member or if you have Kindle Unlimited. And y'all should. I hate ebooks and I have Kindle Unlimited. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be uploaded on the 3rd and not the 1st, but you know, such is life sometimes. Hope you guys are enjoying the first trickles of spring. Read outside. I know that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow if it's not raining. So, yeah. Bye, guys.